Leeds United 2, Sheffield United 0. Leeds absolutely cruised their way through to a comfortable victory in the end. Beautifully well-worked goals taken by Struijk and Mateo Joseph as Leeds United absolutely slap Chris Wilder back down into the doldrums, and Sheffield United are going back home with Jack Diddley squat. What's going on, Rich Budget Team? Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. The series, of course, we go through everything happening around the world of Leeds United. And today, there is nothing more pertinent to talk about than Leeds United absolutely battering Sheffield United pillar to post. A lot better of a performance than I've seen from Leeds recently, and a game in which Leeds comfortably assumed control of the match. I thought Sheffield United were going to pose a little bit more of a threat than that based off their opening 15 minutes of the game, which was a little bit refreshing almost to see as a Leeds fan, to see another team take a little bit of control of the game, actually control the tempo of it, control where the football was being played, and dictate how Leeds United were playing by pushing us back a little bit and keeping us inside our own 18-yard box. However, after that, Leeds slowly started to get a foothold in the game. 25th minute, the tempo and the pace and everything started to increase, and Leeds actually started to look like, okay, now we're starting to come into our own. You had your 10-15 minutes, and now the fans are starting to get behind us. The atmosphere at Ellen Road is starting to build, and Leeds are starting to slowly push. It's like a tidal wave, just pushing Sheffield United further back and further back and further back and further back until we had them penned up in their own 18-yard box, and we were just picking the balls around with a plum out there, just trying to break the deadlock. And eventually, it almost looked like it was going to happen just before the end of the first half. Leeds started to create a little bit more. Nonto unlucky not to get himself a goal or two in there. Firpo, who I thought it worked very well. Firpo and Bogle down the flanks there, pushing very, very high up in that first half. Had a great chance to get the ball into the box quite a few times, but right before the end of the first half, beautiful ball in, and Aronson absolutely shanked it. Martin absolutely shanked it, and he did miss quite a few early doors in the second half. He missed them as well, but that was better from Leeds. We finished off the half well. Did we get the goal that we wanted? No. But we started to create a little bit more and get our foothold on the ball, or get our foothold on the flow of the game, and started to really stamp our authority. Now, is it necessarily the most entertaining swashbuckling football that I've ever seen? No. Did we show little patches of sideways and backwards? Yes. Did we show little patches of the final ball and final decision making being a little bit off at times, and just not even just taking our chances, but creating enough with the possession that we had? We saw a little bit of that, but not too much. Not too much. I thought it was improved a little bit compared to other weeks. I thought in the chances that we did get, we made it count a little bit more. We showed a little bit more pace and creativity. And I think a little bit of that had to do with the midfield pairing of Rothwell and Tanaka, who are a little bit more attack-minded. You could see Rothwell, especially, every time he gets the ball, he likes to turn on the half pivot, and he likes to drive forward and carry Leeds United forward. And he was doing that very, very effectively today. I thought he was phenomenal in there. I think he's been very, very good since he has come in. And I was very happy he got the assist in the end for Struijk's goal. As for Tanaka, there's been a lot of question marks over him coming off the flight. Is he going to be fit? Is he going to be energetic enough for Leeds? Is it going to work? Well, listen, he came off that flight. He came up straight back into the side, and boy, was he worth every single second of game time he had today. He was phenomenal in there. Phenomenal like AJ Styles, running the midfield. Every time he got an opportunity to ping a diagonal to Firpo, he would. Defensively, tracking back, he was all over the gaff back there. He was so good. Not a second did it look like anyone was going to get past him. He was always covering back perfectly. He was like a little Beyblade in there. You spun him up and you let him go, and nobody could get close to him. He was phenomenal today. Really, really impressed with him. I saw quite a few of you saying he was your man of the match. Let me know if you guys agree with that down below. For me, my man of the match has to go to one man, and that was Ramazani. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I like those kind of short, nimble, attacking players that play on the wing and they can cut inside and cause danger. But he was just everywhere, man. Everywhere. There was one portion of play where he had the ball on the right-hand side of the box. He played a little 1-2 with Nanto. He's cutting inside, he's driving through. No one can get the ball off him. It was almost Rutter-esque. People were challenging him. He was riding the challenge. He was still getting his foot on the end of the ball. He was literally impossible to dispossess. He plays the ball out to, I can't remember who, maybe Bogle, who crosses it in. It goes all the way over to the left-hand side of the pitch. And before anyone else can get there, Ramazani has covered all the ground from being on the right wing all the way over to the left wing. He gets his foot on that ball. He plays the ball out to Firpo. Firpo gets taken down or falls down. Looks like it might be a pen. He gets his foot on it again. He tries to dribble past again. The other guy chokes him, puts his hand out, dives to the floor, somehow buys a free kick, which should have been a penalty if anything. And Ramazani still rides that and still gets his foot on the ball. It's unbelievable, man. But today, I thought he was so effective. There were so many great chances, either in the first half or the second half, where he takes someone on, get himself in and around the goalkeeper. One time, the goalkeeper pulled a great save off when he went far post, but I thought Ramazani was everywhere today, and he is looking more and more of a quality player every time I see him. I liked him when he played in the number 10 when Aronson came off. I liked him when he was featuring on the right-hand side of the pitch, when he was on the left-hand side of the pitch. He can do it all, and I still think he is definitely going to be our top goal scorer this season, because it is only a matter of time before the goals start flying in thick and fast for Ramazani. That guy is different gravy in there. For me, my man of the match. Maybe you guys disagree, and I'll happily hear anyone you guys have to say. As for the goals, listen, mate. Beautiful to break our hoodoo of corners. I mean, I went to the toilet. I went for a little shed, if you will. If you know what that is, and no, that is not a number 2, that is a shed. And, you know, I come back. The second I come back, I sit back. I just look. I see Rothwell pinging the ball in. Before I even have a chance to realise what the hell's going on, I see Struijk get his foot on there and slap it into the top corner. Struijk, who himself has been very impressive defensively, whilst Rodon has kind of taken a back step recently, especially aerially today. Again, he was getting dominated a little bit in there, but Struijk has been consistently great this year. Unfortunately, he missed the penalty before, and he's had a couple of chances in and around from corners, but today he got his goal. I'm so happy for him. Beautifully well taken finish, and then the game is sat there at 1-0, and we still look confident. We're still in control. We're still comfortable. Sheffield United, like one corner after that, did nothing else really. And then what happens? Lovely counter-attack, ball forward. Who's making the run in behind? It's Mateo Joseph. Beautiful run, beautiful finish, holds his defender off perfectly, and Mateo Joseph needed that goal. He needs that confidence. He needs to get himself firing on all cylinders to the point where he's not overthinking things and he's just in a flow state. And the only way you get in that flow state as a striker is just scoring goals. It doesn't matter how it goes in. It just matters that the ball's going into the back of the net, so that next time you get a chance, you're not thinking, you're just playing in that flow state. You've got to keep the goals coming. So happy for him to get a goal. Well worked, well held it off, the defender, and great run by him. Phenomenal result for Leeds United. There are still things to work on. There are still things that we can improve on. And I thought Sheffield United was specifically poor today, and we will have bigger tests than this year. But we've won 2-0 against Sheffield United. Cannot complain with that one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir. Bye, brothers and my sisters.